story, and a tearful Kim Kardashian has told a Paris court that she feared she would be raped or killed when she was robbed at gunpoint by a gang who stole jewels worth millions. The reality TV star cried as she recalled the 2016 attack. The suspects are accused of tying her up before making off with her jewellery, including a $6 million engagement ring. She forgave the main defendant after hearing a letter of apology from him in court. And for a glimpse inside the courtroom, we are joined now by Peter Allen, journalist and author, live from Paris. Good morning to you, Peter. Emotions were running high inside that French courthouse today. What was the atmosphere like?
It was very emotional. I think that's the right word, David, especially because the chief prosecution witness, as she is, Kim Kardashian, was coming back to Paris after 9 years since those terrible events in October 2016, and really talking through exactly what happened. What happens a lot at these criminal trials in France is that a lot of the evidence has been written down, and they don't really go through it. They just sort of say, we've got it all, we don't need to rehearse it in court. But the trial judge in this case wanted to hear it right from Kim Kardashian's mouth. And she was crying as she recalled an absolutely terrifying experience beyond all the glamour of having what is obviously a great world influencer, Hollywood star in court. This was a young woman at the time. She was a mother of two. I think she's a mother of four now. But she really feared she was going to be shot dead, raped, and never see her family again. And of course, in court today, crucially, she was facing members of the gang, two of whom have admitted being in the flat that night and being disguised as they held up at gunpoint. Really very emotional scenes, I think, David. That's the best way of describing it.
Yeah, utterly horrifying testimony that we heard from the reality TV star there. But as you pointed out, she's taken the stand and she's actually turned to one of those alleged attackers and she forgave him. What was that moment like?
That was an extraordinary moment, really, and it took us rather by surprise. The man in question, Omar Kadish, he's 69 years old now. He spent most of his adult life in prison. He's a real hardened, convicted drug smuggler, armed robber, and the like. He's very ill now. For example, he couldn't communicate in court except through writing notes. And one of the notes he wanted to hand to the prosecutors was for Kim Kardashian, and it said, look, I'm sorry, this shouldn't have happened. And if you look at the history of the case, you would be actually quite surprised that somebody could forgive what happened. Kadesh is said to have been the leader of the gang, but Kim Kardashian very generously said, yes, I do forgive you, but that doesn't disguise the trauma. Two things can be right at the same time. I forgive you, but I had a horrific time. I have a huge security phobia now. I'm terrified of being attacked in the middle of the night. She now travels around with 6 bodyguards. I counted 4 in court today. But that really was a seminal moment, I think, in this trial. Certainly, David.
Peter, thank you for your insights there in Paris. Here's Nat.